What's up guys, I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never and welcome back to another one of my videos. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Okay, so looking at Hoppy, you can see that it's actually still holding very well. Hoppy is currently at a $15.7 million market cap. And over the last month or so, I've been telling you guys to just watch this range. We had been rejected off of resistance 3 different times, and we also had came down and bounced off of this support level. And I was kind of saying whichever level breaks, expect us to trend in that direction. Now, as you guys can see, Hoppy has broken to the upside. Now, part of this is obviously due to Bitcoin breaking out. But a lot of the time, that's just kind of what you need to see. In general, though, what I'm watching for Hoppy is to see if we can have a support and resistance flip. Previous resistance now becomes support. If we can bounce off of these previous highs, then it absolutely could signal that we are going higher. And if you do take a look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, you'll notice that I'm projecting out a similar bull flag. With Bitcoin on the daily, I'm also projecting out for us to potentially come back down and retest the 200-day moving average. Similar to Hoppy, if we can see Bitcoin have a support and resistance flip, then it could signal a major move to the upside. And this could honestly be the move that takes us to higher highs. And the reason I've been flagging Bitcoin out is because the stochastics have been extremely overbought for a very long time. We've been extremely overbought for almost 2.5 weeks. It is very rare to get another explosive move with overbought stochastics. So again, right now I'm projecting out a bull flag for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does continue to form a bull flag, then expect Hoppy to probably do something similar. I'm not saying it's impossible for Hoppy to go against the market, but it's pretty unlikely. Now, when we take a look at Hoppy on CoinMarketCap, the volume is actually pretty solid. The volume is at 2.8 million. And I will say it was actually a lot higher than this there for a while. It was like 5 or 6 million. But what you have to understand is a lot of the volume in the crypto market is down right now. When Bitcoin was having the initial explosion, a lot of meme coins had a volume spike. But now that Bitcoin's consolidating, a lot of meme coins are also consolidating. But what's interesting is you'll notice that a lot of the volume right now is coming from LBank, 42%. Just in the last 24 hours, they've had over 1.1 million volume. That right there shows you how good of an exchange listing LBank actually is. See, a lot of people are mainly focusing on MEXC and Gate.io, but Gate.io only has 4.5% and MEXC has 3.1%. And this is why I always try and be clear about exchange listings. See, there are a lot of people out there that just think immediately that if you get listed on OKX or you get listed on ByBit, something like that, then it's going to cause your project to explode. But what you have to understand is a lot of the time the actual listing doesn't make that much of a difference. What causes a project to explode is the idea of getting listed on a top tier exchange. It's not usually the listing itself. Most of these listings don't actually bring near as much volume as you'd think. Now, obviously something like Binance does bring a lot of volume. That's the reality. You look around at a lot of projects that have Binance, that is usually the top exchange for volume. But a lot of these projects that are getting other exchanges, it's the idea of getting the exchange that counts. That's what causes the explosion. For example, if a project were to get a Coinbase listing, you can see that Coinbase has only listed a total of 297 coins. That right there shows you that a Coinbase listing is very rare. So naturally, if a project gets a Coinbase listing, then that's going to be something that a lot of other projects don't have. So make sure you understand why exchange listings actually matter. Now, when we take a look at the Hoppy X account, not a whole lot has changed, but they're up to 27K followers. They're still posting on here every single day, which in my opinion is very important. You would be surprised at how fast people can lose interest in a project when a project stops posting. It's very important for community morale. But I'll be honest with you guys, there's not a whole lot of news with Hoppy specifically right now. Again, the main thing that I am watching right now is Bitcoin. If we see Bitcoin continue to fill out this flag, then I would expect Hoppy to probably do the same thing. And then if Bitcoin can have a support and resistance flip, then I would expect Hoppy to potentially do the same thing. And that could be what leads to a higher local high. All of that being said though, if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early like Hoppy, then I also recommend taking a look at my Discord. As a lot of you guys know, I first posted a buy alert in my Discord for Hoppy at a $580,000 market cap. But we've been making huge gains in here this entire bull run. Just over the last week, Sato was called extremely early in my Discord by my boy Tennis. And I posted Sato on my consideration list at a 77K market cap. Just this morning, it was at a $2.7 million market cap. And it actually went a little bit higher. I didn't get the highest screenshot. So if you guys had bought on the consideration alert, you could be up over a 35x. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how high do you guys think Hoppy will go this bull run. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.